Travis Wayne Goodsell. I was a little concerned this morning as the first video I didn't get a single view until after an hour later, and even then after I reported on YouTube censoring me. As yesterday, this is a consistent problem. Because under normal circumstances, there are ways to figure out how to get views if all things were fair. But YouTube clearly is shutting all that down and requiring people to pay in order to get views and participate in getting YouTube paid. And I will not be extorted. I will not force you guys to be involved in the extortion scam of YouTube. I was kind of wondering if maybe the church's hand had reached in, and yeah, they have. The church wants me assassinated. They want me silenced. And so it concerns me that my information is not getting to the masses, as all attempts to censor and silence truth are in full force, especially now that Biden is president. As I warned you, Republicans have a tendency of committing crime and then going, oops, was that a crime? Oh, we had no idea. Okay, we'll stop. We've learned our lesson. Then they go into secret hiding, commit their crimes in secret. The internet makes that possible to do so. Because unless you have the technology and the money to track down the specific cause, they're able to get away with cybercrime. When dealing with cult groups, one of the biggest ways we know that they're bad and dangerous is there's death involved. You know, the Hale-Bopp nutcase, the Jonestown massacre. That's where "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid" comes from. And so it is amazing how effective the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been in brainwashing not just Mormons, but ex-Mormons. Ex-Mormons will not go into the depths of the evil of the church. When it comes to murder, my attempted assassination by the church, ex-Mormons aren't capable of even going that far. Ex-Mormons only want to know that the church is false, that Joseph Smith did not look in a hat with rocks, and that they're fine with that. Okay, great, I'm out. And you allow the church to continue to exist. You know, when you hear something about Oaks being racist or sexist or bigoted, you condemn it in a quick little video, and you move on, or a comment of some kind on somebody else's video. But you don't stop and think, wait a minute, why is the church sexist, racist, bigoted, trying to assassinate Travis? What did he do? Did you know they had me kidnapped? Had me indefinitely detained as a terrorist. And why? Because I petitioned the government for a redress of grievances. I know how evil the church is. Why is it so hard for ex-Mormons to understand how evil the church is. Why is it so? I understand why Mormons, because Mormons are brainwashed. But ex-Mormons too? Come on, guys. What do you think the inverted pentagram refers to? Did you get fooled into thinking that it had to do with Jesus? Seriously? How art thou fallen from heaven, O Jesus Christ, Son of God? No! That's not what Isaiah says. And so here's some signs, which Cosmopolitan started this. Which is, they just make it up. You know, the Kate Hudson movie, where she was working for such a magazine. She exposed it all. Oh, I just made it up. 63% of women think that, oh, well, yeah, I did make it up. Can't remember, is it 7 Ways to Lose a Guy, something like that? With, what's his name, who went off the deep end, is now some spiritual guru himself. Does good movies. It's just what happened to him. So yeah, these are indicators that let you know you are brainwashed by the church, whether you're a Mormon or an ex-Mormon, or somebody who has no clue about the church and is finding out for the first time, and assumes whatever they're told is therefore true. The doctrine of Mormonism is the science of faith. And if you don't understand what science of faith means, you're brainwashed. They use agriculture, science of agriculture, to describe the process of faith. And it has to do with consequences. Thus, by their fruits, you will know a false prophet. You will know a cult leader. And like I said, death tends to be the result of cults. And if you're wondering, well, how does the following the church lead to death? How many of you know of someone who's Mormon who followed Nelson, went to church, got sick, infected with coronavirus, and is now dead? There's over 3,000 here in Utah, so there's a 3 degree of separation in Utah. We don't need the 7 degree of Kevin Bacon. The majority of us know now. Faithful Mormons, by being brainwashed, went back to church, went to the temple, went on missions. They got infected with coronavirus. They're dead. 3 apostles even got infected. Governor Herbert's daughter got infected. And Governor Herbert still wouldn't shut things down to protect even his own daughter. How messed up is that? So again, the church is deadly dangerous. Again, the inverted pentagram tells you all you need to know. So if you don't understand that our Mormon doctrine is supposed to be the science of faith, you've been brainwashed. Theology. Are Mormons Christian? If you said yes, you've been brainwashed. Mormons are not Christian. They're what the Book of Mormon says, learning of the Jews, which means pre-captivity of Babylon, Israelites from Egypt. If you believe something else, you've been brainwashed. This is not complicated. If you try to deny, if you get angry at me, you call me false, you've been brainwashed. It's right in the Book of Mormon, the keystone of Mormonism. Not the inverted pentagram, the Book of Mormon. Scripture. Well, the Book of Mormon tells us Egyptian. That's the source of religion for Mormonism. That's the source of our scripture. Kimball took away the Apocrypha. They still will not translate correctly the King James Version of the Bible. They will not do it. Joseph Smith tried over and over and over again to get it done. Never got to the book of Joseph, which was the fulfillment of Ezekiel 37. Nelson lied and said it was the Book of Mormon when he was an apostle. If you do not believe that Egyptian is the source of Mormonism, the source of our scripture, you've been brainwashed. The administration. Which keys are for the president of the church? If you've believed Peter, James, and John, as Nelson had his picture taken with Peter, with the Vatican Temple, you've been brainwashed. Section 124. The office of Moses, to be the first president, to be a prophet, seer, revelator, translator. That is the leadership keys. The keys of Moses, given to Joseph Smith during Passover at the Kirtland Temple. Section 110 of the Doctrine and Covenants. With Elijah. Church loves to talk about Elijah coming. They sort of skip Moses. They've switched it. Moses is the quorum of the 12 keys for preaching the gospel and gathering. And Peter, James, and John became the president of the church. Again, if you've believed incorrectly, you've been brainwashed. Symbol of the church. There is none, right? As missionaries, we went out, Christians would tell us, why don't you wear the cross? You claim to be Christian, why aren't you wearing the cross? Oh, that's not our symbol. Our symbol is nothing, because Jesus Christ ascended. Nope. You've been brainwashed. But the symbol of Mormonism is the keystone on the Salt Lake Temple. On the arch of the doors of the Salt Lake Temple. The inverted pentagram. That's the symbol of Mormonism. Now you know why we don't have a symbol to tell other people. Church is keeping it their dirty little secret. Evil little secret. Did you know that it's the sunstone? That is true Mormon symbol. Because it's Omega. And I dropped a bombshell of new information for you. Remember, I'm a decipherer of Paleo-Hebrew, which means Paleo-Greek, which means Greek, which means... I gave you a bombshell on that one. I'm sort of wanting to withhold that information in this video, so that you would go to that other video. If you're noticing a pattern, brainwashing involves lying to people and repeating that lie over and over and over and over. As Mormonism brainwashes the youth, the children, from birth, being born and raised Mormon, we all get brainwashed. This is what it means to have baggage after leaving the church, because you have all the lies that go with you. Because for whatever reason why you left, you accepted everything else. But it was just that one, maybe a few things. Maybe it was the CES letter from Jeremy Runnels, and you went through it all and you went, oh, okay, well, yeah, the church isn't true. But whatever it was, you accept everything else that the church is lying to you about. You've been brainwashed. That's why you've got to be completely re-educated when you leave Mormonism. You can't just assume that you're a tough guy and that you don't need to be re-educated, because you got brainwashed. You need help, not from a psychologist like John Dehlin, who himself has been brainwashed and is helping ex-Mormons to keep being brainwashed. He spreads the lies of the brainwashing. Again, we can go over the reasons why you left Mormonism. They were all lies. But the church came out and confessed that it was the truth. That Joseph Smith isn't a translator. That's a lie. Joseph Smith raped a 14-year-old girl. That's a lie. Joseph Smith started the magic underwear. That's a lie. Joseph Smith designed the temple endowment. That's a lie. You catching the pattern here? Ex-Mormons have left the church because of those lies. Ex-Mormons are brainwashed too. Just like Republicans and Democrats. They're both brainwashed. Each in their own side. There's brainwashing on both sides. Because the truth is right there in the Constitution. But both sides have brainwashed their followers in violation of the Constitution. But both sides claim they're following the Constitution. So, what do I do? Am I being cancel cultured? Is that what it is? You guys all hate me now, and so you're going to show me. You'll let me know that I'm in the wrong? You've been brainwashed. I'm trying to save your life. Remember? Wrong religions lead to death. People are dying by following the church. By thinking that the church is innocent. As ex-Mormons, you're letting the church get away with murdering Mormons. As you yourself are subjecting yourself to getting infected and dying as an ex-Mormon. The church is able to do a double whammy with this coronavirus. As Mormon leaders in government are aiding and abetting the church. This is a red alert situation. And I can't get through to the national government. And I can't get through to you because of the censorship and maybe even cancel culture. Or maybe you guys were out partying last night and you're just sleeping in. I don't know. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to be brainwashed. I don't want you to be making false accusations against innocent people. I don't want you to use religion to destroy other people's lives. But how do I get through and do it honestly without committing crime in the process?